A great facility like this, and virtually every type of motor racing, depends on a great investment from sponsors. The only American entrant sponsor in Formula One is the Skoal Bandit team. Today we have Joe Taddeo, the managing director of Skoal Bandits in Europe, to talk to us about their team. Joe, Skoal Bandits, your name is on NASCARs and NASCAR stock cars and dirt track cars. And how does Formula One compare to your kart investment and those other types of racing?
Well, I think there's a lot of similarities between our racing, but we look at racing as a great way of gaining attention and awareness for our product, Skoal Bandits. There's a lot of similarities in those races, but there are also a lot of differences, especially when you're talking about Formula One versus NASCAR, for example. NASCAR is very popular in the States, but it's more regionally segmented to the Southeast, as you're aware. Formula One has a much wider and larger audience, but it does the same thing for us. It gets attention and awareness for our product, and we think it's a good investment.
So the Ram team actually carries your racing banner all over the world?
Yes, they do. And, of course, through television, we get coverage all over the world.
Back to the States, you're racing in Detroit and Dallas. You must have been promoting those two events quite heavily.
Oh, very much so, very much so. They're doing basically the same thing in the States with racing as we do here, really taking advantage of the exposure.
As a medium of advertising and sales promotion, do you feel that Formula One is a good investment? It gives you a good return?
We think it does. Obviously, it's an investment in the future of our brand, Skoal Bandits, and we give it a lot of thought before we make the investment, and I think it's paying off.
Well, what about your plans for next year? This is the time of year where all the sponsorships are being under discussion. You might not be able to reveal too much, but will there be a Skoal Bandit racer in Formula One next year?
I think racing is always going to play a place in our marketing mix, and right now, like you said, we're deciding right now what we're going to be doing next year, but I'm pretty confident racing will be part of our marketing mix.